This is a video for radiologists on how to use the ORCHID system for entering hips and elbow results. ORCHID is the officially registered canine health and information database for the ANKC, which is the Australian National Kennel Council. As a radiologist, you would be given an account. So log in with that, entering the account and the password. This brings you to the home page. There's a few buttons here, some of them that you won't see, things relevant to the ACEs scheme, for example. Two buttons you'll be using frequently is the searching for existing results and entering hip and elbow results. So searching, you can search for different types of exams. There's also spine. You can narrow the search to a particular breed or leave it blank. You can search on animal name, registration, microchip, or exam ID. Enter in your search string, and you can also restrict the search to who may have entered the results, or just leave them blank and hit the search button. The results are paged, so these are the oldest results here, and these are the newest results. Just going back to the home page, the second button is the enter hips and elbow results, so we'll click on that now. Now that starts with selecting the subject. So we click the select subject and we get a dialog pops up. Now you can either enter in an ANKC registered dog or a non-ANKC registered dog. We'll do the non-ANKC first, and we'll just enter in a name. Do a quick search, and these are the matching records for these non-ANKC dogs. So a particular dog may have been entered previously, or in which case you could just click on it and then hit select. If it doesn't show up, which is probably the normal case, then this would be blank, and you would then click on this button. If entry not found above, click here to create a non-ANKC entry. So click on that, and then we get another dialog pops up here. So we're entering a non-ANKC entry. You select the country and enter the rest of the details: registration number, animal name. Now these must be at least 6 characters, and we do that because the registration number in particular is the key, and it has to be unique. So after entering all those details, you can then create the new animal entry. But for the purposes of this demonstration, we will just go back to a ANKC entry, and I'll just enter in a registration number for a test animal. There could be multiple entries listed here, depending on how many digits you've entered in the registration number. So you actually have to select it, so it's highlighted in yellow there, and then hit the select select button, and now you have the subject details. These are all coming from the ANKC database, so they can't be edited. As you can see, they're all grayed out. If you had entered a non-ANKC entry, you could edit these. So that's the subject. Now you can fold that one up. I'll also bring your attention to the top of the page there, where you can see that results have already been entered for this particular registration number. This is a test number that we use, so these are just other scores that we've done for testing purposes. But if you had previously entered results for a dog, you do have the option of changing them, so just keep that in mind. Anyway, after selecting the subject, we enter in the details: date x-rayed, received, returned, the vet name. Now as you type the vet name, you'll get a matching list, and then when you select from that, the details will be filled in here, such as the email and the registration number if it had been previously entered. You can edit this, of course. So for example, if this vet had changed their email address, you can change it here, and then that becomes permanently changed. So when you search for it again, you will see the new email address that you entered. So select the radiologist, the contact name. The contact details are different. Contact details are different from the owner details. These are the official owner details as per the ANKC database. The contact details, this will be the person who's actually presented the x-rays and paying for the tests. So these details will actually be copied from the owner details just to save you some typing, but as I said, the contact could be different from the owner, so then you would have to type in those details. Okay, film quality, just select from the list. And then we have the two result panels, being the hip score and the elbow grade. Now, sometimes you'll be entering just an elbow grade or just a hip grade, and or both. In either case, you need to click this for hips and this one for elbows, and as you do that, when it's ticked, you'll see that these edit boxes become enabled. So if you haven't ticked that, you can't enter anything. So there we go. We'll click that to enable these. Enter a score which is from 0 to 6. For each of these parameters. All of these are summed to give you a total grade left and right, and then these are summed to give a total score. You need to manually enter an Australian grade, and you can optionally enter in some comments. So that's the hip score, and then we've got the elbow score. Enter in a grade. If there is UAP present, then the grade is automatically 3. You've got the millimeters, which you can enter, and again comment. Similarly with the left side, then you've got a total grade, which is the worst of right or left. And finally, permission to publish. So if the contact person has given permission to publish, then you can set it to yes. If it's just left blank, then that's equivalent to no. So just quickly go over the results that you've entered, and if you're happy with that, just submit the results, and there you go, you've got an exam ID. Now at this stage, if you realize that you need to change something, you can just click the edit the HIP score just entered. So we'll do that, and now when you do that, you then need to scroll down to the bottom and click enable changes, and then these become enabled and you can make changes to them. So let's say I might want to change the comments and then hit the update hip elbows exam results. So that's now done, successfully submitted. So finally we can view the certificate, and this is the PDF certificate. Now at this point this is a normal PDF viewer that you see within Chrome, so you can just hit the download button to download it to your hard drive, and then you can manually email it to whoever, maybe with some covering text, or you can just hit the email certificate to yourself or email certificate to the contact person, the vet and yourself. So it would be using the vet's email here and the contact person's email from here. And that concludes our brief demonstration of entering hips and elbows results.